Hi.
So, Ankit, are you able to hear?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Anu, are you able to hear?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Karan, Nasreen, Ritika, Rekha, Shreya, Varun.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, hi Karan
Yeah,
this
we can
side.
hear
I can
you.
hear you.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So, we have just finished another one demo, that was scheduled at 8:30, and we have got a very good response in that, and people have joined from US, from Bangalore, from Noida, from Gurgaon. So multiple locations people have joined, and this is the another session. So first thing, my name is Nitesh, and I would like to welcome to all of you and congratulate. First thing, that today on a weekend you guys awake at 10:30. Usually IT professionals doesn't awake at this much early morning. So congratulations yeah, congratulations for that thing, that you have broken one limit, which shows that obviously you have decided yourself to learn automation and to change whatever is going on in the market. So that's really to appreciate that you guys have decided to come in automation field. Now, two questions from each one of you I would like to ask. Previously, I have also done the same thing. The objective is to know more about for yourself and your uh, intent, how much you are interested to learn. And second thing is that to make this workshop more interactive and get to know that how many mics and how many awake people are there. So the question is, why you want to learn automation, and why you have selected refer me group only to learn this automation, Java automation. So starting from Ankit. Ankit, can you hear? Others, just keep yourself on mute, please. Ankit, can you hear? Okay, Anu, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, so Anu, why you want to
Uh,
learn automation, and what is the reason to join from refer me group?
and so I've been working in automation for which was in coded UI technology. I just need to shift into Selenium, which is an open source. And well, I've been receiving mails from the Refer Me group for a while, so thought of joining from there.
Okay, okay, thank you so much, Anu. Thank you. Karan, what about you?
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Actually, the main reason I want to get into at hello.
Yeah, yeah, Karan.
Yeah, I want to learn automation because I have been into manual testing for 2 years, but I have realized this thing now that if I won't learn automation now, then I will be out of the industry, and it will be really difficult for me to survive in this industry of testing, which I'm already facing now, since I'm looking
Absolutely,
for a new job, and most of the jobs are based on Selenium in India.
absolutely.
And the reason for joining the Refer Me group is since this is one of the largest group which is working in a proper way. And earlier we used to get a lot of jobs recommendations also from the group. And most of the people in this group are from testing background.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a trust on this group, and the workshop will be a good one. This thing I'm hoping. That's why I've joined this group and this workshop.
Okay, thank you so much, Karan, and thanks a lot for this motivation to us. And believe me, we will do our best, and we make sure that your expectation gets fulfilled from our side. So thank you, Karan.
I'm
Now,
hope.
thank you. Coming to Nasreen, why you want to switch to automation, and why you have selected refer me group option to learn this? Nasreen, can you hear? Okay, Ritika.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. So the same two questions from.
Uh, yeah, I have been already working in Selenium since 2.7 year. The one thing I just want to improve my skills so that I can learn the things which I don't know. So that's the reason I joined this group. One of my friend recommended me for this group that this group you can learn from this group a lot.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Ritika. Thanks a lot. Same question, Rekha, from you.
Yeah, actually, I'm just doing the manual testing from past 4 years.
Mhm.
So I just want to switch to automation because nowadays the industry is moving to automation. So and more of the jobs are basically for the automation purpose. So I just want to improve my skills. So that's why I just want to move to automation because from past 4 years I am doing manual testing only. And I got a mail from Refer Me group, so that's why I thought to join here and check and learn from here.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Rekha. Rekha, thanks a lot for your input. Coming to Richa.
Thank
Richa, are you able to hear? Richa, are you able to hear? Richa, or other people who are not able to speak, they can type. So we will read from their side. Okay. Shreya, can you hear? Okay. Varun, Varun, can you hear us? Varun, we are not able to hear you. Okay. Yajur.
Yeah, hi. I'm working in automation right now on a workshop certified tool,
Mhm.
but want to learn Selenium. That's why I joined this group and looking forward for the workshop.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Yajur. So, Amit, you have okay, okay. Varun has written that he is having a 10 years of experience and want to move to automation. And and Varun, what is the reason to to select a Refer Me group? So Amit, you have just joined. Just would like to know two things from your side. Why you want to learn automation and what is the reason to select Refer Me group? Amit, can you hear? Okay, Ishan. Okay, Richa is fresher and she wants to upgrade. Ishan, can you hear? Okay, Varun said that I kept. Yeah, Amit, I kept getting a lot of mails regarding the session the Refer Me group takes. Also keep getting a lot of job emails. Okay, okay. Thank you, Varun. Okay. So guys, not to waste the time because it is 10:40 and we have scheduled it at 10:30. Uh, First, let me tell you about myself. I am having close to 12, 13 years of experience. Nasrin is hi. I'm working in a manual tester for last 3.6 years, and I myself learned Selenium online from different tutorials and YouTube. But I found Refer Me Group was also a good platform for getting opportunity. And the session will be interactive. And can I ask my doubts too? Absolutely, absolutely. So, guys, I was telling that I am having close to 12, 13 years of experience in testing. And what I have seen from last 2 years that industry is moving very fast, rapidly in automation, right? The reason, because it is a cost saving and cost effective, and to make things more in autonomous mode or automation mode. And companies are looking not only a manual tester but also in automation and domain expertise they are looking for. So if you are in QA industry, you believe me, I have taken more than 1,000 interviews till now. And even people say they are working in Selenium or JMeter, but they are not very much expert in automation in true sense. And if you are having a combination of automation plus domain, so believe me, this is the strongest combination. And till now only 1 to 5% people in QA industry are having this kind of combination. So first thing is, automation is very important nowadays to be in QA field. Second, in refer me group, we always believe that it should be interactive session, and it should be a kind of two-way session. Means we will learn from you and you will learn from us. So we believe on that, and we make learning as a fun. Now the difference between refer me group and other traditional institute is that, first thing, there is no such kind of course has been introduced anywhere. I mean, people teach Selenium, either they teach Java or they teach SoapUI. Here, it is combination of Selenium, JMeter, SoapUI, Sonar, Maven, Git. So everything in one go. After completion of course, you will not be a automation tester, obviously not manual tester, but you will not be an automation tester also. You will be a kind of white box tester. Means you will be a champion in 3 tools. So definitely you will get an edge from the people who are in Selenium, or who are in Java, who are in JMeter, or who are in SoapUI. So all 3 tools you will learn. And this is a combination of all the automation tools right now, because people are demanding Selenium automation, people are demanding for performance testing, which will be you are having. People are demanding for API testing, highly demanded. So all 3 tools you will learn in this workshop. And this is the only workshop available right now in the market, which has a combination that provided by the Refer Me group. So we are very excited to present this workshop to all of you, and we are expecting during the workshop it will be very interactive, and during the workshop each one of you will be treated as a participant and as a student. So please come in a seeking mode if you are continuing with the workshop. And let me introduce to the trainer, who is Anudeep, and having a very great experience in automation, and has done multiple workshop not only in his organization but in across the organization. He is demanded everywhere. In Refer Me group, any of the trainer is not selected just only because he is having a good skill, but we also examine the trainer by his skills. We do a lot of background verification. We do a lot of how is a session. We usually take a demo from the trainer, and after assessing each and everything, then we pass any trainer in the work in to allow to present the Refer Me group workshop. So definitely we are very excited to present this workshop, and we are very excited to introduce the trainer, who is Anudeep. So Anudeep, handling over this workshop to you. And guys, just please keep yourself on mute. After the workshop, we will do the Q&A session.
Thank you. Thank you, Nitesh, and a very warm welcome of all the participants. And let's begin. So I'm sorry that for a quite long time you have been seeing this message of welcome, because I thought that it's better to have a welcome rather than having a very static message, because we are the guys who are inclining ourselves to automation. So what's the better way to say welcome, while automating it? So let's begin. So this is something that we can get a message from this image, or I would say GIF image, that whenever automation comes to our mind, we see that that is something which is not done by human, or that was done by a human, or that is taken care by a machine. This is the things which comes in our mind subconsciously or consciously. Now let's move it to our domain, that is our IT domain, where technology and computers and servers come into play. So then we see that how we can avoid, working on our computer for certain redundant tasks or repetitive tasks, and how we can automate that. And we know currently that the web is something which is evolving dramatically every day, and it has totally replaced the depth of applications, to a wider range. You can check any number of applications. The first thing, the preference is the web and the mobile. Now the mobile is also like booming a lot. So now this slide is very important. This is how we work, in our office. We interact with the computer does something for us according to our need. Now, as our need is to automate something, is to do something which a human does on a regular basis, we need to communicate in a certain way to the computer because you're writing something, and the computer should understand, and after should process and do something. So as you can see out here, the individual is writing something in the keyboard, the computer is understanding, and it is doing something, to work upon. So in that way, we understand there should be a language which is understood by you as a human and also by the computer. So as we know, these are called programming languages, not the human languages, because human generally doesn't communicate in the way that the programming language is written. So you must have heard probably from different individuals, or maybe have come across. These are the few languages like Java, PHP, Ruby, the Diamond, JavaScript, C Sharp, Python. So there are n number of languages, Scala, Dart, so Kotlin. So these are the different languages via which you can perform your desired task. However, the task may vary depending on what they support. So Java is one of the languages which is versatile, having a very larger user base, very good support. So this is the language which we will consider, and in today's demo we will see how we can achieve the desired things in a very fluent way. So before even we move forward, let's see what actually Java is. Java is segregated in two parts. One is JDK, that is Java Development Kit, and the other is JRE, that is Java Runtime Environment. So let's start with JDK. What actually JDK does? JDK actually provides you or enables you to write a program actually. If it is not provided, what actually you have to write, in what way you have to write, that has to be informed you by Java, so that you know what you're writing and what actually it means, and how it will give me the desired output. So that is totally defined or addressed by JDK. Now JRE objective is to whatever you have written, whatever the language you have written, whatever the terms you have written, that JRE has to understand and execute it and let the computer know to do or perform the actions as you desired by your written statements. So we can understand that Java does two different sections. Like one, it provides a basic building block to a user to actually write a program, and the other part is to actually give a life to the program. That means to execute it. That means it enables the program to give the real output, or I would say it enables the actually functioning of a human individual who does it manually to be taken care by JRE to execute it and do it by automation. Now let's replicate a real-time scenario which you experience day to day. So if you want to read a file from a computer, so what you do ideally is that first comes to your mind that what kind of file I have to read actually. And the second step is that you go to a location. So if you're on a Windows computer, you go to the Explorer, you double click on a folder, then you go to the file, and there are multiple files. Then you see the extension, okay, I need to open a TXT file. Then you double click on that. So this is the entire operation an individual does to read a file. And suppose if I want to automate this, like if I want to read a file, how is that is done? That can be achieved by Java, and that is provided by Java in the JDK. So via JDK, you can write a program to totally replicate the human's action. Via that, you can reduce your efforts because that could be your repetitive process. And the important factor where Java plays a major role is that it actually replicates every step what you perform manually programmatically. So I will show you with an example like how actually it does. So please don't worry about the nitty-gritties or the if code you are not able to understand, because our objective is not to understand the code right now. Our objective to understand the capability of Java and how it is replicating our human actions and enabling us to do automation. So let's compare this like file type, the very step. So I want to read a txt file. File location. Okay, this is the complete location. So these particular two steps are taken care by this line. Then the third step is process of reading the file, because when you double click a file, that is actually a process of reading that file because that is on your hard disk. So when you double click, you're trying to read something. So that step is taken care by this line. Okay, and the third part is displaying the content read from the file. So you have to see it by your naked eye. So in real life, you see it on an editor. It can be a text editor, it can be a WordPad, it can be MS Word, it can be Google Doc. And here, it is done by programmatically out here. It is your console where you are printing it. So this the same steps what you do manually is achieved by Java programmatically in simple 3 steps. So this is a very basic example like how we can automate the very basic things and what JDK provides to us to do. Similarly, there are many other functionalities which Java provides via which we can achieve our objective. So this is a text file. Okay, this is what something is in my hard disk which I'm going to read it via my program. So I'll run this. So see, here is the output. So whatever is there in the file, I have read it and I have seen it out here. So this is how we can understand a very basic approach of doing the automation. So this is normal basic automation. But our prime objective is to the web automation. So let's look into that. How to achieve that. Hi guys, I'm sorry. I just have to just give me 30 seconds. I just need to look into one of the messages which I received, which is quite urgent. So please be patient, coming in 30 seconds.
Anudeep, we are not able to hear you. Hello? Anudeep?
Yeah, hi, I'm back. I'm sorry, actually, I got a call from my mother, so there's something I can't do.
Okay. No problem, no problem.
Yeah. So sorry, guys. Sorry for the break. So we are good out here till now. So let's move to the part that actually is our core concern, that is the web automation, that is automating a browser. So when we in today's world, Selenium is an open source framework which enables to automate. So by this we understand that Java, which you install on a machine, doesn't have an inbuilt capability to automate a browser. So to have that capability, Selenium is a framework which is written in multiple languages, so that you can pick up and add to your project, and you can start automating. So that is what is done, that it actually opens a browser, it launches the URL, and then you can perform your desired task. Now let's this is the one part of browser. So now there's another part. Whatever you automate, it's very important to really assert it that actually what you automated is actually giving you the result. So this is the second part, that is automation testing, that is actually addressed in two approaches. The very first is the TestNG framework, and the another is the Cucumber plus JUnit framework. So TestNG is a test-driven development, and JUnit Cucumber is a behavior-driven development. So there's a difference is only in approaches, and what actually TDD and PDD means, we will go into the details when we start our sessions, because it's not the right time to give you an idea of that, because it may not sound good. So what actually this does is it actually verifies that what you're testing is actually being tested. So the only difference is that, and these are the two different approaches of doing the same thing. So via this, we come to a conclusion that whenever you're thinking of automation of your browser or web automation to be in a generic fashion, you need to consider two facts. That one is web browser automation, that is taken care by Selenium, and to verify that whatever you automated is appropriate or not, that is taken by automation testing, and which is taken care by TestNG or JUnit plus Cucumber. Okay, so now I will just give you a very brief demo of a Google search and what are the parts which are played while thinking to go forward for automation. So here we have a browser, we have a Google page. So when a user, a manual tester, if it is asked that please to perform a search on Google and check that if you've got the results. So what actually the user is doing, it will launch a browser, it will enter the URL, then will enter the search term in the search box, then it will click on the button, search button, and it will navigate to the result list page. So these are the actions performed by that. So this is the automation part, which I discussed, that web browser automation, which will be taken care by the Selenium. Now we are not there is no role of the automation testing, that is a TestNG or JUnit plus Cucumber. So via this we understand that we should be addressing these two things separately. Now I will show you a program how this is done. So nothing to worry about the nitty-gritties. The same actions what a user will do is like that. It will launch the Google page out here. This line will do the two things. First, it will launch the browser, and within that browser, it will launch the URL which is provided to, that is Google. Second, the action is to enter the search term, because that has to be done by user. Similarly, it will be taken by Selenium. And the third is to click the search button. So all these three actions, what actually a manual user will do, that will be taken care by Selenium, and which you will define independently, because all these three are actions. So those should be segregated. And the part where Selenium plays the role is out here. This particular action is equivalent to what an individual will perform in a browser. Similarly for this, now here the two actions are taken care by one line, here the one action, and here one action. So this is a page. So Google search page, you have written three functionalities which a user has to do. So now we can understand that whenever we are automating something, we have to really identify that how a manual user will perform the task in the sequence. So in the same sequence, we will create a page, and out here we will write the things. So this is totally the web browser automation part. Now the second part is the automation testing. So it is the another page where your corresponding for Google search page, there will be Google search page because you want to test it. You have automated this. Now you have to test it. How you will test it? Via performing these actions, whatever the actions you have written here. So you perform these actions and you write it in a test annotation with a test annotation. So here at the test, here actually the role of TestNG starts. So when you run this, it will launch the URL, it will enter the search term, and this is how you are confident that whatever you have actually automated is working appropriately. So I will run this via TestNG. So it is launched. Term is ended. Now we are on the results page. So we are good, and we don't have any errors, no failures. So this is how a very basic idea that whenever we see an automation, how we have to think it. We have to, once we understand the essence how a manual user performs and we totally replicate it, and that is the capability which Selenium provides, actually replicating human actions, and then testing part is taken by the automation testing frameworks, which is TestNG or JUnit plus Cucumber. So now let's move forward as you're done with this part, and now this is the new picture that comes to us. Earlier you were seeing only JDK and JRE. Now as we are adding a capability to automate Java, so we have added Selenium, TestNG or JUnit plus Cucumber. So these are the additional libraries which we add on, and there's a stack is created which enables us to perform the web browser automation. So this gives an idea that the initial understanding and acquaintance of Java programming language is very critical before moving forward to Selenium or TestNG or JUnit plus Cucumber. So this is what the demo we had, and we understand that independently how Java can enable us to automate the things, and if we want to move towards web browser automation, how we can add capabilities to Java language by using this jar files, or I would say dependencies, and use the Selenium automation and testing automation framework, and we can move forward in performing the automation. So before I move forward to actually give you an idea how we are going to cover the things in our course, so anyone have any queries, so please feel free to ask anything, whatever. It's not necessary to be part of this presentation. Like if you have anything, doubts or any other thing would you want to discuss, please go ahead.
There is one question from my side, Ritika from this side.
Hi Ritika, yes please.
Yeah, what will be the advanced Selenium course? Like, I know the basics of Selenium, so I just need to brush up my advanced skills. So
Okay.
that will happen in some other course, or should I join this course only?
So this course involves entire. This is the Selenium will be exhaustive. It will not be like basic or the initial part of the Selenium. It will be
That
exhaustive. Yeah.
yeah, but some advanced topics like Jenkins integration, Maven, and all these stuff.
Yeah. So I was about to. So I'll just move to the next slide. I think that will give you a very clear idea. See, if you can go see the section D, where we are talking about the build management tool Maven, continuous integration tool Jenkins, version management tool Git. In
Mm-hmm.
performance, we'll be going for JMeter, API testing, SoapUI, or without using SoapUI, how we can do that. So
Okay.
actually, it will cover every part of the automation. Apart from the mobile automation, it will cover every area, which can enable an individual to say not only a web browser automation engineer, but an
Mm-hmm.
individual who can also act as a DevOps. Because I'm saying a DevOps, I'm using a term because you will be knowing Jenkins, which is a continuous integration. You'll be knowing Git, you'll be knowing Maven. All these components, when work together, they play a very critical part to do the CD, that is continuous development, and CI, that is continuous integration part. So because you will be automating your code and you'll be continuously pushing it to the Git, and the Git will be pushed, will be linked to the Jenkins, and Jenkins will have the Maven. So all those things will come together. So it will do contain. And when I say advanced part of that, I do need to mention that TDD, that is test driven development, as you can see in the section C, that TDD, that is the test driven development, that is related to TestNG, which I just showed you, and another is the Kumba plus J unit, that is a BDD, that is a behavior driven development. So these are the two different testing approaches of testing the automation, that comes in the advanced part, so where we actually provide you the very exhaustive details like how and what we need to test. And another part is the automation framework design, which is very crucial. Learning automating a web browser is not that difficult as compared to learning how to automate the things in an appropriate way, so that the things whatever you create is scalable, maintainable, expandable. So these
Mm-hmm.
are the all these components do come up, because once you are done with your automation part, your code should be having the capability that is can be shared with another team members. It should be in such a position that that can be integrated with any tool, just like Jenkins, or that, so that effectively the things can be done at a team level. Because whenever you're writing your automation code, it's very important in today's world that that can be used by multiple teams. Maybe the dev team may use it to have their own small unit test cases, which you're going to develop. So we should keep all those things in mind in our, in an our mind. And the very important part, which is in the section B, that is W3 organization, W3C organization. It is an international organization which standardizes the web. That means where HTML, like HTML5 was introduced, CSS, CSS3, all those things we should know, like what this standardization means, how it impacts us when we are automating, how it impacts us, the developers. All these things are comes into play of automation. However, where in today's world, whenever we see the automation, we always see like, identifying an element and then, running a browser. But that is not the thing. There is a very, very basic idea. I hope I must have addressed your concern. And
Yeah.
if you have anything else, then please feel free. Or if you didn't understood anything, feel free to ask. There's no problem.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi. Anyone else have anything to talk? Even I won't say that any queries. Like if you want to have a word about something, so please feel free.
Yeah, I would like to ask one thing.
May I know your name? Can you please address
Karan,
your name?
Karan this side. To ask one
Hi.
thing. Like if
Yes.
someone is having knowledge into C sharp, but is not that much good in Java, as is my case, so
Mhm.
can that go into automation with the knowledge of C sharp without learning Java?
Well, you can go that. Now, only the challenge where it comes is about the cost, Karan. You know, although if you know C sharp, but the company or the client, your client is not want to invest in C sharp because that is paid. So they
That is
will,
paid, right?
yeah. So that is the reason, why ideally, if you see in the current situation, cost is a very critical factor everywhere, and especially in automation where you have multiple languages like Java, JavaScript. JavaScript is also playing a very crucial role nowadays in automation. So JavaScript or I would say Ruby, So in that way, I would suggest, like, it's my personal opinion. If you know C sharp, that is good, well enough. But moving to Java will not be a big deal too. And if you know, you will be at the upper hand because you know both the things, and you can do automation via both the things. That is something will add value, and you will also be in a safe situation. Like if anytime the client moves to any open source technology like Java, you will not take much time to switch. It will be easier for you, and as well as to your senior management to address that, yes, we have a guy who can move on to Java. Or because there is a because I've seen in my experience, like, there were projects which were in C sharp, and then later on they were migrated to Java or Groovy language. The reason was that cost, like, we are paying for automation engineer, like, why should we pay even for the programming language if we can reap the same benefits from the other languages as well. So I think
So this course will also include Java also, right?
yeah. So as you can see, I was about to give a very brief idea about the course. So we will be covering Java 8, the 8th version of Java language. So that is a very basic building block, and then we'll move on to automation, the approaches, the designing of framework. We will be covering like everything which is in the industry, which is happening in real time, and as the course will progress, everything will be in a real time way.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Thank you.
thank you. Hi guys, anyone else have anything to like discuss even or to ask like?
So Ankit, Anu, Karan, Nasreen, Rekha, Richa, Shreya, Varun, Yajur, any query? Ankit, do you have any query? Ankit? Okay. Anu, do you have any query?
No.
Karan, do you have any query?
No, sir, I don't have any query right now. You all
Okay.
good.
Nasreen, any query? You can type if your mic is not working. Okay. Rekha, do you have any query?
Not as such. Only one thing I just want to confirm. Like in my company, in my project, basically we are just using the C sharp for automation. So is it easier for me to move to C sharp to learn Java, or I mean anyone can help me in that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Lekha, without any doubt, because both are object-oriented languages. As currently you are acquainted with C sharp language, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
right.
so moving to Java will not be a challenge at all. There is not something that you have to break your skills and learn, have to
No,
learn
no,
new
no,
code.
no. Actually, I'm just asking that I'm new and fresher for both the languages. So if I
Okay.
learn Java, should I move to C sharp, or I will go for the C sharp first? Because in my company, in my project, only the C sharp is used for the automation, not the Java. So we have just already moved from Java to C sharp.
Okay.
So so
So
is it? Yeah.
this is something I would say is based on the taste, I would say. But if you learn Java and do automation, that the same thing can be done in C sharp. So if you're using the C sharp in your company, you know, so still you can automate the things. But learning Java along with these things will not make very big difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
So, Richa, do you have any query?
Yes, I want to ask I I'm like a fresher, and this the Java thing is very new to me. So this course will cover all the basic things, or it is an advanced version?
Richa, this covers the basic thing actually. It will be you can consider it as an exhaustive only, but not too that exhaustive. But it will do have all the basics building blocks. So we have created a course as such, considering an individual who is were not even have done any programming, and an individual who is acquainted with a language, maybe C or C++ or some other language like C Sharp, but also can easily understand Java. So we have considered all these aspects. So nothing to worry about, like it is only for advanced or not. It will be starting from the very basic, how to even set up all the things. That is very critical. So we will start from the very first step to even set up a language, how it should be done, and then moving towards, we'll be going in baby steps. So that will not have any impact on any kind of user, and it will add value to both kind of users who are new and who are quite acquainted with programming.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So adding to Anudeep that we will start from very basic and go to advanced. That we are considering that I mean the participants are having a very, I mean we will start from very basic, as Anudeep said. So because learning a Java or learning a language is not tough, but the thing is the jargons and everything which we use is understanding is very tough. So Anudeep will make that very easy for us. Yes, Anudeep, you
Yeah.
want to add something?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you that we will be going in that fashion, and I agree that yes, it is about the constructs, or I would say, हिंदी में कहते हैं ना व्याकरण, हर लैंग्वेज की एक व्याकरण होती है, ग्रामर होती है. So Java has a certain grammar, C Sharp has a certain grammar, C has a certain grammar. So we need to understand the grammar, and by default we will be able to talk in that language. So learning that grammar is where we have to put in effort, and where all kind of users, a new one or an experienced one who has done something of a programming language, will have to put in effort, and we'll be going in that fashion only. So we'll teach you that grammar very effectively.
Yeah, yeah.
Hi, I do have one doubt. Whether we are using Selenium for UI testing only or for functional based testing for automation.
Can you please come again?
And where we have unit testing for the functional testing, isn't it? Unit testing
we
is there.
we have UI testing, right? And next?
Means whether Selenium is used only for UI testing, means browser-wise testing.
Yes, it is only used for browser testing. That is only for browsers.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So Richard, do you have any query?
No, I asked my query, so there's
Thank you. Shreya, you have any query? Okay. Varun? Okay, okay. Thank you. Yajut, do you have any query?
Not at present.
So,
before I like wrap up, Nitesh, just want to add that as I have given a demo of UI testing that is taken up by Selenium, and as Nitesh mentioned earlier, and as you can see the current slide which is before you, that we are covering at least 3 types of testing. Like one is UI, that is handled by Selenium. Second is API, where we will involve SOAP, and the third is performance. So these are the 3 kinds of testing that will be involved in this, and along with the other tools and the frameworks as we discussed, and also the 2 different approaches of testing the automation, automation testing. Okay, so and continuous integration tool, build management tool, and the versioning tool, Git. So these are the things which will be involved in this course exhaustively. Yeah, Nitish, you can go ahead.
okay. So guys, as you have seen that we are not covering only Selenium, we are covering, like Anudeep said, we are covering browser testing, we are covering performance testing, we are covering API testing. Means everything, whatever is covered in, whatever can be covered in automation, that everything we are covering in one go. That's the biggest advantage of this workshop. Next is that I hope you all have enjoyed this workshop and learned that how we are going to proceed. During the workshop, we will give assignment to you guys on which you need to work, and on regular basis, on weekly basis, the assignments will be provided to you, which you need to finish in a week, and then we will discuss in the workshop, and we will proceed with the next topic in the workshop. So we proceed in that way, and I request to all of you, if you are going to join Refer Me Group workshop, then please come in seeking mode and come as a student, because here we are not we don't bother how much experience you are having. We will start from very basic, and our objective is that tomorrow, once you are out from the workshop, then you are able to handle, or you are having a capability to deal with any of the kind of automation in the market. And during the workshop, we will support by WhatsApp group, we will support by online, and we will support by sometimes on call as well. And even after the workshop, if you guys are feeling that you need to cover few topics, so in future you can join any of the workshop. So these kind of advantage you will get with the Refer Me group. And apart from that, we will share this demo video on YouTube. So if any of your friend is interested to join, then you can share that link with your friends. And I will share this payment link to you guys after this workshop. So today's offer is that if anyone is depositing any of token amount, so the 500 rupees flat discount will be given to the depositor. The reason, because we make sure that the numbers or number of participants, so that it will be easy for us to continue the workshop. So guys, if you have decided, then proceed and just deposit some amount to start the workshop, and we make sure that you get always the best from Refer Me group. So again, thank you so much to all of you to join this workshop and taking out time for yourself and to learn the new thing. If anything else anyone wants to ask, then please shoot.
Yeah, hi Karan.
Yeah, Karan. Yes, Karan.
This side.
Yeah, Karan, please tell.
Yeah. Wanted to know that. What's the token amount that one needs to deposit?
Anything, whatever you think, because it is your choice.
Okay, and how am I supposed to, I mean, send you the acknowledgement of that?
Once you will deposit,
Shall I send?
we will share the pay you link. So once you will deposit the amount, we will get a mail, we get a notification on our mobile. So everything we get acknowledged.
Okay.
And apart from that, you take
Okay.
a screenshot the payment you have done and post it on a group. So that is another way to acknowledge.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you so much, guys. Thanks a lot again for joining this workshop, and have a great weekend. Enjoy and happy testing. Keep learning and keep in touch. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, bye.